Hello girls, welcome back. Today we'll continue with chapter 3 Weather and Climate part 2. I hope you all have understood part 1, isn't it? Yes, very good. Okay, so now watch this video to understand part 2.
So, children, before we move further with our explanation of the second part, let's revise once what we learned in the previous video. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere at a particular place and time. It keeps on changing from day to day or even hour to hour. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere that keeps on changing. It changes from day to day or even hour to hour. Climate, on the other hand, is the average weather condition of a place over a long period of time, usually for 20 to 30 years. So climate that remains at a place for 20 to 30 years. Okay, it's a weather condition of a place over a long period of time. Factors affecting climate. So what are the factors affecting climate? Distance from the equator, height above sea level, that is altitude, distance from the sea, directions of the wind, humidity and rainfall. Today we learn each of these factors in detail. And even the climatic or heat zones. Distance from the equator. That's our first factor. The earth gets heated by the rays of the sun falling on it. Can you see? These are the rays of the sun that are falling on the earth and it heats the earth. The climate of a place is affected by its distance from the equator. Look at the rays of the sun falling on different parts of the earth. Can you all see, children? These are the rays falling on the earth and how on different parts of the earth it is falling. Near the equator, the rays fall vertically. Can you see? It's vertical on the near the equator. Hence, the equatorial regions experience a hot and humid climate. Equatorial region means the area near the equator. Okay, they receive a lot of sun rays. That is the direct sun rays. That's why they experience a hot and humid climate. But near the poles, that is here, the rays fall slanting and cover a large area. See, it's very far. That's the reason it receives less of sun rays and the area here is cold. They experience a cold climate. Now, the next topic, that is altitude or height above the sea level. Places situated at lower altitudes are hotter than the places situated at higher altitudes. I'll explain this through one general example. In the house, if you stand on the ground, suppose this is your house, okay, this is your apartment where you stay, or even a duplex or wherever you stay. So if you're standing on the ground floor here, you may feel hot and humid. But if you go and stand on the terrace of your house, that is here, you will feel pleasant. This is due to the height. That is, when the height increases, then the temperature decreases. At ground level, it's hot, and at higher place, it's pleasant or cool. So, remember children, in the same way, all those places that are located at a higher altitude are cooler than the places located at a lower altitude. Now, our third factor, that is distance from the sea. Water. So here you can see this picture, isn't it? Yes. Children, have you all been to a beach? This is a beach. I know most of you must have visited a beach. There, did you notice waves coming from the sea? Can you see here these waves? Yes. And what do these waves bring along with them? They bring breeze. And sometimes land breeze also is over there. But how does the sea always be breezy and has breeze all the time? Well, there is a particular reason for it. I will explain it to you all. So, this is sea and this is land. Now, both of them, that is sea and land, have very special features. Now, the very special features of land is that it gets hot very quickly, and as soon as the sun goes away or the sun rays go away, it gets cold again. So land gets hot and cold very fast. Now sea. Sea's special feature is that it takes time to get hot, and then when it's warm it takes a long time to cool down again because it's filled with water. Can you see? There's so much of water, so it takes a lot of time to get warm and then to cool down. So, water heats up and cools more slowly than land. This affects the climate of a place near the sea. All those places that are situated near the sea are affected. They are warmer in winter and cooler in summer than places far away from the sea. For example, Mumbai is located in the Arabian Sea. It experiences a moderate climate. Moderate means a normal climate throughout the year. That is, it is neither too hot nor too cold. On the other hand, Delhi is situated far away from the sea and therefore experiences an extreme climate. Extreme climate means it's very hot or very cold. It has hot summers and cold winters. This is how the distance of a place from the sea affects its climate. So now children, the fourth factor, that is direction of wind. The direction from which winds blow also affects the climate of a place. They may be hot, cool, or full of moisture depending on where they come from. For example, most places in the northern India, can you see here? This is northern India, experiences a hot climate in summer because of the hot wind which blows over the regions. On the other hand, Delhi experiences a cold climate in winter because of the cold winds which blows from the Himalayas. From the Himalayas here the cold winds blow, and that's why Delhi is cold in the winters. Similarly, winds which blow from the sea towards land bring rainfall to coastal regions. See, this is the sea area, and from here when the winds blow they bring rains to the coastal regions. Thus the climate of a place is affected by the winds too. Now the fifth factor, that is the last factor, that is humidity and rainfall. Humidity is the amount of water vapor or moisture present in the air. It affects the climate of a place. The air over the equator is laden with water vapor as the heat of the sun causes rapid evaporation of the ocean waters. This causes heavy rainfall. Children, laden means that it is loaded or carrying a lot of water. Can you see here? What's happening? The sun is evaporating the water from the oceans. The clouds get full with that evaporated water, and then we have rains. So this circle keeps going on, and I think you have learnt about this in science, and we call it water cycle, isn't it? Yes. On the other hand, the climate in the deserts is extremely hot because they receive little or no rainfall. This is because the winds that blow over the desert regions are dry and have no moisture. Okay children, now our last topic, that is climatic or heat zones. Different regions of the world experience different climatic conditions. Depending on the amount of heat received, there are 3 climatic or heat zones on the earth. Can you see here? There are 3 different types. The first one is torrid zone. This is the torrid zone. Second, that is the temperate zone, that is in the northern hemisphere as well as in the southern hemisphere. And the last zone is frigid zone, that you can see here again in the northern hemisphere and as well as in the southern hemisphere. Now we are going to study each of these zones in detail. The first one is the torrid zone. Can you see the torrid zone here? Yes, it lies near the equator. The area on both sides of the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is called the torrid zone. Children, the word torrid means extremely hot. As it lies near the equator, this zone receives maximum amount of heat. It is hot throughout the year. Here, this area is hot throughout the year. Okay? Now, the second zone, that is temperate zone. This is the temperate zone. This area lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. This region has a mild climate, children. Mild climate means it is neither very hot nor too cold. The third and the last zone, that is frigid zone. This zone lies between the Arctic Circle and North Pole in the northern hemisphere and between the Antarctic Circle and South Pole in the southern hemisphere. Can you see here? Here this is the North Pole and this is the South Pole. So the frigid area is in the North Pole and South Pole. This zone receives very little heat from the sun due to the extremely slanting rays from the sun. Therefore, they are very cold and large parts are covered with snow throughout the year. Children, you are going to think about those places that fall in the frigid zone. So children, here we complete the explanation of chapter 3. I will be posting the question answers later. But watch this video carefully and then write the question answers in your copy and learn them too. Okay? Thank you and God bless.